I'll be honest and put my hand up in the air very proudly and say I'm not a huge fan of the gym. I've tried having a PT, I've tried going to the gym by myself, I've tried multiple memberships, all of which have been in vain. I do not like the idea of working out in a confined space. And then another thing I realized very quickly was that my body did not like the HIIT workouts. My joints would hurt, I would get a lot of swelling. The process for me was painstaking. Hey there, gorgeous ladies, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for gracing me with your presence. As always, absolutely appreciate it. So today we're going to talk about how to trick your body into loving a healthy lifestyle. I know that this can seem impossible, but trust me, it is possible and it is absolutely attainable for just about anyone. And the only reason why I say this very confidently is because I personally managed to trick my body into loving a healthy lifestyle in 2020, 2021. And since then, I have stuck to it and I have kept to my goal weight. If you're new to this channel, you can go back a few videos, maybe at some point last year, where I talk about what I did to lose my weight, but I will touch on that a little bit in this video. But I lost nearly 30 kgs, actually over 30 kgs to get to my goal weight. That was not easy. There was a lot of sacrifices that were made along the way, a lot of errors, a lot of mistakes. So I'm hoping that by me sharing what I did in order for me to trick my body into loving a healthier lifestyle will help you in your journey to either maintain a healthy weight, to lose weight. But the bottom line here is leading and loving a healthy life should be something that we all get to have a taste of and we get to enjoy without too much guilt and too much stress on our head. So the main focus of this video will be to show you that although the things that we have to do may not be enjoyable, we can find steps and we can find tricks into allowing ourselves to want to do them more. And I hope that by you learning how to do some of these things, you will also see how you can help yourself in other areas of your life outside of being healthy. Because the one thing I personally noticed is that when I became more intentional with my health, namely what I was eating, my supplements, and my exercising, what actually happened is that discipline seeped into other aspects of my life. And I'm sure that that is something we can all benefit from. So when we become disciplined and trained in one aspect of things, we can actually see the results in other sides of our lives as well. So it's almost a win-win because you become healthy and fit, and at the same time, you become more disciplined and more diligent and intentional in other aspects of your life as well. So the first thing that we will need to look at in terms of tricking our mind into loving a healthy lifestyle is the kitchen, what we cook, what we eat, what we put into our bodies. This was the first thing that I actually had to face, the first hurdle I had to face, because I liked the experience of cooking, but sometimes I didn't necessarily cook the right things, or I cooked too much of it. So for me, the main hurdle was to understand the types of food that my body needed in order to feel fueled enough to continue and do the things I needed to do for the day. So the first thing you need to understand is, how much do I actually need to eat for my body? The second thing you want to do is, once I know what it is I need to put in my body, how can I look into finding recipes that are fun? Make cooking adventurous. Don't make it a chore. Don't feel like, oh my goodness, now I have to go and cook. I have to go and do my meal prep, so on and so forth. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired. No, make it enjoyable. By cooking different types of cuisines, that kept me on my toes. That kept me excited. That kept me looking forward to making delicious meals. And before I knew it, I was making full-on meal preps. As you have seen on this channel, if you go back to some videos earlier last year, you can see the meal preps that I used to do and I still do to this day. And these meal preps just help me to save on time and also actually encourage me to eat healthy meals. So what I want to encourage you here is make cooking time and meal prep time more enjoyable by diversifying what you're eating. But of course, remember, this is all based on what you need to eat in order to maintain a healthy weight. And of course, if you're losing weight, then you need to speak to your doctor or your nutritionist to figure out, what do I need to be eating on a daily basis on a realistic capacity in order for me to attain my goal weight. So the number one thing is to make cooking fun, make it adventurous. So for the second thing, and I know that you knew this was coming, was exercise. There's no way I'm going to speak about a healthy lifestyle without exercise. But the question here is, What type of exercise are you doing? I'll be honest and put my hand up in the air very proudly and say I'm not a huge fan of the gym. I've tried having a PT, I've tried going to the gym by myself, I've tried multiple memberships, all of which have been in vain. I do not like the idea of working out in a confined space. However, what I found out while going through my journey of weight loss and getting to the ideal weight is that I enjoyed working out outside. I enjoyed being outdoors, just like right now, and working out and being in the fresh air and walking. And then another thing I realized very quickly was that my body did not like the HIIT workouts. I did not like the high intensity workouts. In fact, my body did not like it. My joints would hurt. I would get a lot of swelling. And of course, I was a lot heavier then. The process for me was painstaking. So I quickly realized walking was my go-to. Number two, I took up swimming and I absolutely loved it. Both exercises are low impact exercises. And by me keeping it very low impact and taking away the stress and also the force of having to be in a gym, I was able to work out more frequently. And when it came to walking, I enjoyed it so much that most of the time I opted for walking instead of taking the bus, the train, or even driving. And over time, I also increased my appetite for exercising and I took on cycling. And cycling, again, depending on how crazy you cycle, how fast you pedal, I still consider that pretty low impact as long as you don't put your knees through the paces. So as you can see, I pivoted from doing the things that I'm expected to do on paper, going to the gym 5 times a week, 6 times a week, to instead walking on a regular basis, swimming twice a week. And when it was summer, I would cycle almost every other day for half an hour to an hour. And I made it fun and I created almost like challenges every month. So if you've known me for a while, you will know that on one of my Instagrams, I used to actually post every single day how many steps I did, if I went swimming, if I did my cycling, and I'd always try to make it a challenge and make it fun as well. So this is another way that you can do it. Pick an activity you genuinely enjoy doing and do it. If it's dancing, immerse yourself in a dancing class. If it's swimming, take up swimming classes. If it's, Pilates, take up reformer Pilates or ball Pilates or mat Pilates. There's so many different variations. So don't limit yourself. I want you to know that there are an abundance of exercises and fitness routines that you can do outside of the gym. So pick whatever works best for you and go for it. Number 3, while you are going through this journey, surround yourself with supportive people. If that means getting yourself a workout buddy, if that means getting somebody who's an accountability buddy when it comes to your eating, so your nutrition, if that means just having someone who's in your household that keeps you accountable and also encourages you, I want you to really look into a supportive network of people because they will make a difference between you succeeding and failing at whatever goal that you have. And I honestly think that people are always at the core of all of our success. None of us are self-made. We are part of the community that is around us. So please take the time to make those connections and speak to people so that you can have somebody to be accountable to. That's number 3. Make sure you have a good support system, family, friends, or other, whatever it might be, just somebody who can keep you accountable and also give you encouragement and support. Number 4, I would love for you to prioritize self-care. When you are going through a transformational journey and allowing yourself to go back or fall back in love with a healthy lifestyle, you may find yourself feeling depleted, sometimes stressed, and sometimes just downright ready to give up. This is where self-care comes into place. If you start feeling emotions that you don't normally feel because now you're eating differently and your body doesn't have the same levels of energy that you did before, give yourself the grace to feel the emotions, acknowledge the emotions, don't shun your emotions. Really think about, why do I feel the way I feel? And start to acknowledge that the emotions you feel are valid. I do not want you to invalidate the feelings you feel just because other people tell you to be tough and go for it and feel no emotions and be ice cold. No, we are women. We're allowed to feel our emotions. We're allowed to ride through our emotions. And by actually owning your emotions, that is actually helping you to build a stronger mental capacity to be able to keep going and actually attain your goal. And when it comes to your physical appearance, as you're working out, you will find that you may need to do certain things to be able to maintain a certain level of elasticity to your skin. So that may mean doing more body scrubs. You may need to do more body oils. You may just really need to focus on what is it that my body needs right now and pour into yourself. Please do it. You will always hear me talking about it on this channel. Self-care is paramount because, as always, when you feel good from the inside, it shows on the outside. So even if we're doing all these things outside and we don't feel good on the inside, it ends up becoming performative and not actually authentic to us. So please be sure to look after yourself emotionally, physically, spiritually, and so that when you do actually get to your goal, you're proud of the person that you've become holistically, not just physically, because trust me, it makes a huge difference. And you've heard stories of people who've got into their goal weights and hated how they looked, and maybe even hated how people interacted with them. But if you look after yourself on all the 4 corners or 5 corners or whatever it is you consider self-care, you will feel so much more better when you get to your goal. And last but not least, one of the main ways that you can get yourself to love a healthy lifestyle is by taking small incremental steps to get to your goal. Even though you may have a goal like I did of losing a huge amount of weight because I just wanted to feel better and healthier in myself, you can just start by saying, in year 1, I want to lose a certain amount of weight and make sure that that weight is sustainable. But also, as part of your goal, you can say, I want to start doing low impact exercises, things that are sustainable, so that by the time I get to my goal weight, I will still feel physically healthy and I would not have injured myself. Again, part of making things small and gradual is also for you and your mind to start accepting what is happening, to start actually acknowledging that I am healthy, that I am going into my healthy era, and that I am allowing myself to be better and healthy as a result of the steps that I am taking, gradual steps that I am taking. So this one is definitely for you to understand that it will not happen overnight, that you need to have patience, that you need to trust the process, that you need to give yourself grace. And also, this is where having that support system is absolutely important, because that support system will give you the encouragement that you need day in, day out, until you get to your goal and surpass your goal. So be mindful that this will not happen overnight. And even if it happened overnight, you need to know that your mind needs to catch up with what is happening physically. So take your time. And just to wrap up here, I would love for you to know that this health and wellness journey, or just this lifestyle that you want to indulge in, it's a lifelong commitment. It's a commitment to yourself. It's a commitment also to the people around you, because when you feel better and you're healthier and you have more vitality in you, you're able to pour more into other people. So this journey is a lifelong journey. It's not something that happens, like I said to you, mine started in 2020, 2021. We're now in 2024 and I'm still sustaining it. I'm still doing the swimming. I'm still doing the walking. I am still eating healthily. And even when I indulge, I am aware that I'm indulging. So what I really and truly want you to know here is that it's a lifelong journey. And the minute you accept that, you naturally fall into the seat of patience, and you also give yourself compassion. And when you give yourself compassion, you are more likely to keep showing up for yourself day after day, because even when you fall back to your bad habits, you remind yourself that you are capable of going forward and of doing better for yourself. So what I really want you to know here is that this is a journey. It's a process, as with everything else. Just as we talk about self-development on a mental capacity, on a financial capacity here on this channel, I also want you to know physically you can also attain your goal and get exactly what you want. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and that you have gotten some nuggets that you can take away with you and put into practice. And when you do, don't forget to come back to this video and let me know how you got on and which tips and tricks you can also give to us, so we can continue loving a healthy lifestyle. And as always, my gorgeous ladies, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And you can find more videos like this up here somewhere. And until next time, bye-bye.